All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Tuesday evening community forum. I'd like to thank you for joining us again
All right,
today.
good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Tuesday.
And thanks for joining us this evening. Sorry for that a little bit there. Thanks for joining us, and we'll get started with Dr. Adams.
Thank you so much, Mr. Custer. We appreciate the echo effect that you added there for us, keeping us all on our toes. So we're going to kick it off with, it looks like Lincoln Early Learning Center first, and Mr. Hoops.
Yep, absolutely. So thank you for spending a little bit of time with us tonight. I'm excited to give you a little bit of information regarding Lincoln Early Learning Center and the start to the school year that we have had there. So currently we have 87 preschoolers enrolled. It's been a great start to the school year for them. This week, school calendars will be coming home. I know many parents and many community members have been waiting for those, so those will be headed your way. Just a reminder, pre-K school pictures, September 29th. So information about that will certainly be coming home this week as well. And then some exciting news, the School Nutrition Association been requesting free meals for all students for the 2021 school year from USDA since March. So a project that's been in the works for some times. They knew that many families have been impacted by COVID. So as of 8/31/2020, they are going to extend the summer meal program until December 31st or until the funds run out to provide free meals to students. So at Lincoln, that means we will have free breakfasts until December 31st or until those funds run out. So great benefit to our district, to our students, and to our families.
Thank you, Mr. Hoops. I have one bit to add to that. This just came in after about 4 o'clock this afternoon. The federal government has also decided to retroactively look at account balances and or fees for students since the beginning of August. So the school district has agreed to, the stipulations of the federal government. So nonetheless, you will not be receiving a check in the mail, but rather it will be a credit to your account balance. So please give our food service department a couple days to get those details figured out. But any charges that have occurred since the beginning, first day of August 24th, will be credited back to your child's account for the school year. On to the next building. Mr. Hoops, I don't know if it's you or Mrs. Wire, but nonetheless, we'll let you take it away regarding Chinook Elementary.
You got it. I'll take this one too. So at CES, it's just been a fantastic start to the school year. I know we talked about this a couple weeks ago, how exciting it was just to see kids back in the building. When you can see the smile underneath the mask that they're wearing, it's a good sign. So it's been great to see them. Kids have adjusted very well to some of the new procedures and things that we have put into place. Probably the number one thing from my seat that I might have had some concerns about going into this was, would elementary students keep their masks on? Would they wear them, and would they wear them the right way? I'm proud to say that students are doing a fantastic job of wearing their mask and wearing them the right way. So thank you, parents, for the job that you did preparing your students, talking to your students, and whatever else you have done at home to help make that a successful time, because kids have just done a great job wearing their mask and keeping them on appropriately. So the other thing from CES, just a reminder with the gating criteria that if we were to go to yellow or if we were to go to orange, we are going to make plans then that our student population would be basically cut in half. We would take A through K and L through Z and make 2 different groups. If that were to occur, you would also get information from us, from the building, about the exact schedule for the week moving forward. So just a little bit of a reminder there as we continue to move forward throughout this year, looking at the gating criteria. So overall, just a great start, and it's just great to be back in the building.
Thank you, Mr. Hoops. We're going to move our way up to the middle school now, and Mr. Epps, take it away, please.
How you doing, everyone? Good to see you. Mr. Custer, could you please make me a co-host so I can share a document here in a second? Hey, I want to start off with this activities and athletics. We're off to a really strong start here. You know, we added cross country, who had a first home meet, and they're already a couple meets in, and they've been doing a phenomenal job just taking time off their. This first time I ever had cross country at Royster, and their times are just dropping exponentially every meet they're in, and so learn those new experiences. Hopefully, make them better for high school. Also, girls tennis is playing this fall. Had a first meet last night. Had Independence Pittsburgh and Parsons and ourselves at that meet, and it was just a really incredible night of getting those kids out there, just showcasing all the hard work they've done. And we want to thank Chanute High School for all the help they've given us as far as help get more fans and spectators of the game, to get more parents to the game because of the expanded seating we can have with volleyball. And so we just really appreciate everything they've done. Our volleyball teams have been off to a great start. And then a quick note with our football, we just added a game this week for our 7th grade, who was going to be originally open this week. 7th and 8th grade are open. We're going to go down and play 8-man this week and play St. Paul. So I said, give us a football and give us a field. We don't care how long it is or how wide it is. We just want to play foosball. And so anyway, we're going to play St. Paul on this Thursday, 7th grade only. Then 8th grade will be back next week with Coffeyville at home, 8th grade only. Okay, so we broke out. We're into week 2 of what we call the Rocket Cup, and so I'll go ahead and share that with you real quick. So when I came here to be principal, and that is a different sheet, right? Okay, so let me get this one, X that one out. Sorry about that. Okay, when you have 9 million tabs open, it's hard to get on the right one. And so, all right, here we go. It should be saying Rocket Cup. That correct, everyone? Okay, perfect. Thank you. And so, when I came here to be principal, one of the things that our community really desired was the promotion of soft skills. Soft skills are the skills that help you be successful in the workplace. And as a high school principal, before I came here to Royster, that was something that our local community in Southwest Missouri really took value in. And the same thing here in Southeast Kansas. And so we break it down into 4 categories. And this is the class standings for Rocket Cups. So we have our tardies, attendance, SECD, which is social emotional character development, and discipline referrals. So therefore, you give me any employer who wants a person to be on time, they want them to be in attendance, they want them showing character, working hard, being respectful and responsible in our social emotional character development, and obviously they want to be someone who can fit within on discipline referrals, fit within a organization and be productive within an organization. So therefore, this year we have brought the Rocket Cup here to Royster, and so this is an example of what it looks like. It's have a huge Rocket Cup board that looks just like this on our east wall as you walk into the school, and each week we compare these class by class. One thing I want you to notice here, we're not going by 6th grade, 7th grade, or 8th grade. Okay, we're going by graduation year. We don't value graduation year. We want our kids at an early age knowing what year they're going to graduate and visualizing that, so they can get across that stage when it's their turn. So the eighth grade class of 2025 started week 2. They end up getting 3rd place and got knocked off by a tie from the 7th and 6th grade. Well, the 8th grade wasn't going to take that for an answer. So they came right back this week and did a phenomenal job. Now, I want to point out here, high expectations equal exceptional results. To get 100 points is virtually impossible. We're looking at 100% attendance. But my thought was, and our school thought was, we don't want to set 100% attendance, or we don't want to make 98% attendance 100 points. We might as well shoot for the moon, and we want to make sure that we reach for that. And so therefore, you can see the breakdown. 0 to 2 tardies is 100 points, 100% attendance is 100 points, which that's like the unicorn right there. And then SECD 0 to 2, each week we earn we earn our status in SECD, and then discipline referrals. So you can see here, so it's very transparent to our parents. I'm going to be putting today's out on Facebook or recording. We did it each week. The first rocket time of the week with our block schedule. We do a Rocket Cup standing presentation. And this week, the 8th grade was so happy they took it back and they got 260 points. We tally these points, we add them up through the first semester. And so right now, the 7th grade is leading the Rocket Cup with 490 points. The 6th grade is at 460, and the 8th grade comes storming back to get up to 450. So this is a really close race. We can come down here and look at the weekly category leaders right here. And this is very transparent to our kids. The 6th grade tied for first last week, and there was jubilation. I mean, we had to keep our social distancing, but there was dancing going on. They were so pumped up. But when you score that low in tardy 6th grade, you're not going to win. And so this week they did not win. And so we come back over here. Week 2, we did not do it because first week of school. And then we had a tie here in week 2. In week 3, we had 8th grade win here in week 3. And then going off of last week, and then week by winner, we have a tie. Winners by week. Each of them's got a weekly win. So it's been very positive in our school. It's been very, the people who've seen this in place, we're really going to promote this in our community just to let people know that we're doing this. But it just promotes those skills that we want to see our kids develop in college or career or workplace as they leave our school district. So thank you for that. And I'll stop sharing here.
Thank you, Mr. Epps. Those are great things going on at Royster. Excellent idea and a good way to keep kids engaged. Mr. Custer, we're going to turn it over to you at CHS.
Thank you. I'd like to begin tonight by talking about the start of our school year. We're in week 4 and honestly has gone maybe better than what we had expected. Our kids are doing a good job wearing their mask. Our kids are doing a good job of staying as social distance as teenage kids can seem to stay. We also have kicked off a lot of activities and a lot of sporting events successfully. So we look to continue our success in that realm and give our kids opportunities to continue to participate in activities and in sports. So it's been a great start to the year. And we look forward to moving on for the rest of this 9 weeks and really getting down to the business of school, continuing to educate our students. So the other thing I would like to talk about tonight is our great gating criteria for hybrid learning models. As the increase in cases in Neosho County has occurred, we've not been hit too terribly hard in the school system. However, we need to make sure that we're prepared to deal with the situation if we are hit. So I'm going to pull up a screen here. Hopefully that pulled up the screening scenarios or gating criteria. So this is for the middle school and the high school. That if we had to change our gating criteria or color, this is what it would look like in the secondary schools. So as long as we stay green, secondary schools will remain in-person learning for all students. If we, let me make this a little bigger. If we as a school district move to yellow, we would have a modified week where students will be split into 2 groups. There will be 2 days of face-to-face for each student, 1 day of virtual or remote learning for every student, and then 2 days of face-to-face for the other half of students. So you see we have a group A and a group B. Group A will be split by letters A through H at the high school, and group B, I through Z. At the middle school, group A will be letters A through K and L through Z for group B. So that would be if we went to a yellow in our weekly gating criteria. And then if we went to a red in our weekly gating criteria, we would be remote learning only. So we would have no in-person instruction. So all kids at the high school, all kids at the middle school would be at home for remote learning. So we've had to adjust this since the very first time that we presented it. So we wanted to make sure and get this new information out there, make sure everybody was aware of that. Again, decisions on gating criteria are made each Wednesday. So each Wednesday at 9 a.m., the school district, the hospital, and the county health get together for a meeting to discuss the numbers and the gating criteria to make a decision of what the following week's color will be. So far we've been in green. We hope that continues, but we'll see what the numbers say tomorrow. Dr. Adams, that is all I have.
Great. Thank you for that, Mr. Custer. Very good information regarding the gating criteria. Mrs. Russell, we're going to turn it over to you. It looks like the next or last two topics are for you.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to visit with you a little bit about our strategic planning process. As you know, we started this back in June, and we are now forming our action teams, and our action teams have, they did their preliminary meeting last night. And so we still have open positions for community and parents, and as well as educators to participate on those 7 teams that will be developing action plans surrounding our brand new strategic plan that will be coming out here. We hope our deadline is December, and so it will be going before the Board of Education in December. So we really want a diverse membership on our committees. And so we invite you as community members, if you know someone in the community that would be interested, please have them go to our website and fill out the Google Doc that, or Google survey that is there that has to do with our strategic planning committee and action teams, because we would love to have you. And parents meeting. Dr. Adams, do you want me to talk about this meeting, or are you going to talk about that meeting?
Yeah, you're talking about the format going forward, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for bringing that up, Mrs. Russell. We believe that we may have saturated the majority of our parents and otherwise, as we have seen numbers dwindle and the questions have become less and less. So it is our opinion that at this time we are ready to change our format to something a little less frequent. We realize several parents are obviously dealing with a number of activities and otherwise. So with that, we would like to switch to a monthly format going forward. And so we will select the second Tuesday of each month. There's no particular reason for that other than I believe that represents roughly 1 week from now. So the second Tuesday of each month will be on at 5:30. We're going to work to get that back to Facebook if we can, because we believe that's probably a better medium. But if we can't get that, it'll still be on YouTube. So effective this week, or effective, sorry, tonight, we're going to switch to a monthly format. So if I'm not mistaken, our next meeting should be, pull up the calendar here, October 13th. So approximately 4 weeks from now. So if I don't see any questions, we're going to let you go. I'm not seeing any on my YouTube feed unless I'm missing those. Is that correct, folks? All right. Parent-teacher conferences are right around the corner. Please be on the lookout for information regarding that from your child's principal and otherwise. And with that, we're going to let you go. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us this evening and for taking an interest in your child's education. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.